Well, Crystal Palace welcomes Manchester United at the Shells Park, like it has been said, the battle of the 3-4-3 as well. Or should I say the battle of the 3-4-3 that is working versus the 3-4-3 that they are still trying to make work. And we don't know whether it will work or
It's
not.
also working now.
What is working?
Work now, work.
What is working? But then let's talk about Manchester United visiting Shells Park. Can Manchester United actually go to the Shells Park and get a win? Because Oliver Glasner's Crystal Palace is not an easy team to break down.
Yes.
Even the teams that are their best, they still give them work to do.
Yes,
Talk less of Manchester United that cannot defeat Everton with 10 men.
Several things matters when it comes to that game, but I believe if Manchester United players are ready, if they have the mental strength, and if there's no minute of distraction, things like that, though it will be difficult, but it is achievable. It is achievable, though it can be difficult. But at the same time, looking at how thin that Manchester United squad currently is, it's also a very difficult task for Ruben Amorim. As a matter of fact, Casemiro not available, Benjamin Sesko, Martin Stewart being dinned out, several other details. But it's going to be a very difficult match for Manchester United. Looking at the past records of Crystal Palace against.
I think in the last 2 seasons, it's home and away. Crystal Palace always wins Manchester United, both at Old Trafford and at the Shells Park.
So it's a difficult one, actually. It's going to be very difficult, and I'm looking forward to that game as an interesting game.
Fard, let's look at deployment of Manchester United here. Ahmad and Bruno and Mbeumo started as the number 10s. That did not work, which means, eventually in the game, you had to take Ahmad back to the right wing back role, which looked better. So, starting this game, I understand that he wouldn't want to go back to Ahmad and Bruno, which means Mount comes in, so it should be Mbeumo and Mount, and then you start Zexé again because there were so many complaints about Zexé. It's not you start Zexé again.
Well, you can't really fault Zexé because at the same time you can't fault him as well. But then if you look at it, Amorim actually caused it because if you look at it, Zexé has not played much game this season. He's mostly, even when Sesko was not playing, he's mostly starting Koeman as the first nine. And if you look at it, you have a striker on the bench. Why not play your striker instead of playing Koeman as the first nine? And I think if you look at one of the reasons, if you look at Zexé of last season, he was very sharp.
It was better.
He was playing very well. His touches, his link-up play was magnificent. And then this season, you're playing him on the bench. More like he bought a seat belt for the bench, and he's not playing.
Everton was his first start
in this season.
For this season.
This game week 12 or 13. That was game week 12 or 13. So if you look at it, so once you play a player that has not been starting games, you don't expect him to give 100%. It doesn't work that way. It's not a report.
There's something that is called match fitness.
So if you look at it, and that was one of the reasons why United they were not up to their optimum against Everton. And I think he wants to revert back to his Mbeumo and Ahmad on the right wing, and that's been one of the best. That was one of the best partnership in the Premier League this season. Mbeumo and Ahmad.
Yeah,
they've been playing very well, and I think he should go back to that. Probably bring him out and play Zexé and stick to Zexé
as the first nine, as the number 9. Another position where I wanted to talk about is the defense line. If Mazraoui is not starting at right wing back, is it possible to put him in the Leny Yoro position? That was where Mazraoui played last season under Amorim, and he excelled in that position last season. He was counted as one of the signings that worked last season because he played in that right wing, right centre back position, and he did well. So can he come in for Leny Yoro? Is too error prone, and I can't blame Amorim now. Whenever there's Maguire is available, he prefers to put Delete in that position and play Maguire central.
Well, if you look at it, I actually agree with you that Euro is actually error prone, but one of the reasons why it's not been evident is the fact that the team are not playing very well themselves. So that's why it's not actually.
He has not been singled out.
Yeah, that's why he has not been singled out that someone is actually playing bad in defense. But then, if you play Mazraoui as the right wing, as the right centre back, it leaves you limited it comes to playing as the right winger, right winger, yeah. Because we know Philly Weather at one point you want to remove Ahmad and bring in another right winger, and then if you are going to bring in another right winger, will it be Dalot you want to bring in or Mazraoui? I think the lesser of the poison will after that to be Mazraoui. So I feel you might want to start
Lenioro.
But then looking at the opponents they are facing on Saturday, they will be facing likes of Ismail Assar, likes of Mateta, likes of
Jeremy Pino. And not to talk about Adam Wharton in the midfield.
Deji Kamada. Will Euro be up to the task of defending against Jeremy Pino? It actually calls the question if his performances over the season has been called into questioning. Will his performance against Jeremy Pino actually be good or up to standard? I feel that's a question mark that has to be answered, and that's a question that Ruben Amorim have to answer by himself if he's going to start Mazraoui as right centre back or start Euro as the right centre back.
Okay, let's talk about prediction now. Do you see Manchester United getting a win in this one?
You see, I believe
is it going to be 2 consecutive defeats again, which means right back to where everything started.
You see, it depends on how their hunger. You know, some weeks back, I said in one of our episodes that when Man U had those 3 consecutive wins, that what matters to me is their next 3 games. And City Boy, shout out to him, was like they will come out with a 7 points, and they came out just with 2. You see, once you are not here, you've not arrived, and you're thinking you've arrived, that's the problem you'll be having. You'll be distracted. But now that Man U have played 2 draw and lost a game, even with 10 against 11, I think it has now done to them that okay, we are not there yet. And if they play with that hunger, that okay, we are not there yet. If they are saying Crystal Palace as their mate or even better than them.
I notice that they do well when they play a team they know is better than them.
Yes. When they see Crystal Palace as a team better than them or probably their mates, they will do well. But if they are looking at Crystal Palace as a smaller team,
so your prediction, how do you think this game goes up?
1-1 draw.
Fahad, does Manchester United get 3 points at the Selhurst Park, or is it going to be another dropped point?
Well, if you look at it, Selhurst Park has been a fortress of late. You can't go there and say you want to get all 3 points. You have to struggle, you have to grind for the 3 points. And one thing is, United this season they've been grinding for all their wins, all their results. They are grinding for it, and I think it's all about.
So they are used to grinding now. Except Everton, they fail to grind. They are error or lotta.
They are blender.
Their blender, just develop what.
So if you look at it, can the defense can they be tight? Can they be tight enough? Can they keep out likes of Mateta? Can they keep out likes of Ismail Assar? Can they keep out Jeremy Pino? I don't think they can. The likes of
so another loss, another draw.
Luke Shaw, Matthias De Ligt, they've been doing very well this season.
But Man U also have Mbembo, Ahmad, Mason Mount,
that could not score. That could not score against Everton.
Against Tembe. They could not score against Tembe.
It was luck. The luck was against Manchester United.
They were playing against Munoz in defense. They were playing against Richards in defense.
At times, things like that doesn't matter. It's football. Anything can happen.
They were playing against Henderson in goal.
A man that has a grudge. He believes he should be number 1 at Manchester United right now, football, but was not given the chance.
It's football. Anything can happen. I think they've learned their lesson, because at least as at Monday they were like, if you can win a 4 goals margin, we'll be in the top 4. And,
see, to not stop this, Jane. Stop the psych Man U fans.
They don't have any of the top 10 teams to play again. No, so they need to start winning these games to actually get to probably top 4. If they lose this game, that's 6 points dropped in 2 winnable games. So it begs the question, where will Manchester United end the season again? So if you look at it, they want to win this game as well, but then
is Crystal Palace at the Selhurst Park a winnable game? They have not won this game in the last 2-3 seasons.
So if you look at it, even Eric Ten Hag sometimes found it difficult at Selhurst Park. Not to talk of
Ruben Amorim,
that you don't even know which United will turn up. Against
so all these things you are saying, it's not looking like you
I'm not giving them a win against Crystal Palace.
So how do you think it will turn out?
I'm going with a Palace 2-0 win.
Wow.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, another loss for Manchester United. Well, it is what it is. That is what Fahara said. Tonight, even though I know it doesn't mean it.
No, honestly.
Even though I know it doesn't mean
Honestly.
it. Said Manchester United will be able to get
The
the
light
ball.
is there. The light is there for Mateta.
Yeah,
The light is there. Lamens.
You score a trick now. But then, how do you think that game will go? Can Manchester United go to the Selhurst Park
No, mine will
and
survive.
get any form of point,
GGMU.
whether 3 or 1?
GGMU.
Let's know in the comment section.